Sharingan.
Yo, what's going on? It's Dat Boy Fred. Welcome back to another video. Now, in today's video, we're going to be doing another versus battle, as you can see by the title. You know, we're going to be doing Madara Uchiha versus Itachi Uchiha. Now, I mentioned this versus battle way back in my most overrated Naruto character, but you know, this is that type of versus battle that, you know, normal people like me and, most of my viewers that have, this thing right here called a brain in their head will look at this fight and be like, well, Fred, like, this is obvious, right? And I would agree because we have this thing called a brain in our head. But, you have some people who looks like this. They have shit for brains. And they believe otherwise. They definitely believe that Itachi could beat Madara. So basically, this video is going to be me for probably about 10 to 12, maybe 13 or more minutes, explaining why Madara will stick his foot so far up Itachi's ass that it will, just be a violation to human nature. Yeah, so with all that out the way, let's get straight into this. If you're new to the channel or you've been watching for quite some time and just haven't felt the need to go down there and hit the subscribe button, I feel like you're being very mistaken. I would go down there and hit the sub button because this content is getting kind of heat on the channel lately, man. If you also want to be generous, you can go down there, hit the like button while you're down there, share with your friends so we can grow the channel to 200 subs. That's the next sub goal. And I would really appreciate if you guys can help me hit it. But with all that out the way, let's get straight into this. All right, now to get this video started, now, like I said, Madara is going to stomp Itachi the whole fight. But, I just want to, explain why necessarily. Because, there are truly people out there who think Itachi will win. So, this is necessarily not going to be a true versus battle. I mean, I'm going to state what Itachi can do. I mean, as I usually always do. But, this is more so going to be me, basically just explaining why Madara stomps Itachi. And starting off with the most obvious thing is their Susanos. Susanos is a big difference. And as we know, for Uchihas who have the MANGA Sharingan, a Susanoo it becomes a big part of their fighting arsenal. And now granted, Itachi does have a really unique and a really good Susanoo, because the Yadomir, the shield is like, that thing's really busted. Like it can block any attack that coming straight towards it. The only problem is it's not a 360 defense. So if someone wants to get behind Itachi, it's definitely possible that someone could hit him and drag him out of the Susanoo, because we saw Gar, who Madara had some of his Susanoo up, and Gar dragged Madara out of his Susanoo with his sand. So it's definitely possible to be pulled out of the Susanoo. And since Itachi's is not a Yadomir shield that's all around, that doesn't, make his defense, as good as people like to make it seem. Like, it's definitely like if Madara throws a face-on attack, he'll definitely be able to block about anything Madara can shoot at him. Except for the fact that Madara Susanoo is probably, let's say, I don't know, like 3 or 4 of Itachi stacked on top of each other. Jesus, I'm butchering my words. My apologies. But a perfect Susanoo and a half Susanoo are totally different. Like, these things are different by night and day. And Itachi's isn't even a Susanoo that can stand up like how Sasuke's was in the beginning of the war. Like, this thing is like tiny. Like, I don't think people really realize how much of a difference between basically the second, because really let's say there are about 5 stages to the Susanoo. There's the skeletal, there's the one Itachi has, then there's the one that Sasuke has that's standing up. Wait, am I missing one? Yeah, my apologies. It's the rib cage, then the skeletal, then the one Itachi uses, then the one that Sasuke had in the beginning of the war, then the perfect Susanoo. And if you want to count the one that Sasuke used against Naruto, where he absorbed all the chakra, fine, you can count that one too. But that one's, it's not really truly one. It's still just perfect Susanoo. But anyways, yeah, there is a humongous difference between Madara's Susanoo and Itachi's. And as we've seen in the war, Madara's Susanoo is cutting through mountaintops, like, with little to no ease. I mean, yeah, little to no difficulty is what I meant to say. Man, this video is rough. I'm butchering my words left and right. But yeah, he's slicing through mountaintops, and he's like, his destructive power is like up there. Like, it's kind of raw. And then, I'm not even gonna put up any type of Edo, Madara versus Itachi, because Edo Madara rips Itachi in half, like little to no difficulty. Even if not Sasuke, but even if Itachi was able to somehow manage to tag Madara with a Yadomir, well, no, he wouldn't. What am I even talking about? That's not even a consideration. He would never touch him with the Tosca blade. That's what I originally meant to say. Yeah, Tosca blade, you can go ahead and throw that out the window for Itachi. His Susanoo is only going to be useful for straight on defense, and even then, if Madara uses a perfect Susanoo, and I would assume if he decides to cut on the top of Itachi, which he is much taller than he is, so he definitely has that amount of capability. I'm pretty sure he can cut the top of Itachi's, Susanoo or whatever, or just, you know what I'm trying to say, like bring his sword to hit the top of Itachi, and that Yadomir might not block all of that because his Susanoo is just that big. And then that's not even bringing up the fact that we're talking about a live Madara. He has a summoning jutsu, which is the full 9 tails. This is no half baby 9 tails. This is the full thing. The thing that was able to ram through this whole Leaf Village, bro. Minato wasn't even able to beat it. He just had to seal it. Now, that's not to say that Minato might not have been able to beat it, but he definitely couldn't have at that point in time. And, it's fair to say he might not have been able to beat it, but freak. And if I said Minato beats Itachi, in my opinion, Minato versus Itachi video, then yeah, Itachi's not doing very much against a full 9 tails either. So that's one thing. So even if you just for some reason, for some dumb reason in the world, decide to say Madara can't use his perfect Susanoo, okay, he still has a whole 9 tail. The same thing happens. What is Itachi doing when the 9 tails is constantly chunking tail beast bombs at him? Like that Yadomir, like he's gonna run out of chakra, because putting up the Susanoo is not an easy thing. Like that thing shreds you of chakra. Like it is tiring like crazy, bro. Like if Itachi, like we've seen sick Itachi. Like even though he was sick, I understand. Like, and I'll give Itachi the benefit of the doubt and say he will go against a healthy Itachi will go against freaking the Hashirama. The Madara that went against Hashirama. It would not still make a difference, like in the slightest. And then you can't even get the starting to talking about Genjutsu, because that garbage isn't going to work on Madara. Whether or not it's not even going to land, or Madara might have the capability to just cancel it out, or break free. Because even though Sasuke broke free, people speculate that Itachi might have let him break free, which is up in the air if you want to think about it. It is what it is. But for the most part, it looked like he did kind of break out of it. And if that's the case, Madara is more than qualified to break out of Tsukuyomi. So it's like, really, Itachi, no matter what he throws, his fire style is nowhere near the level of Madara. Madara's majestic destroyer flame, it took about a line of water style users listen to this. They didn't even overpower it. They just straight out canceled it out. Water is a direct counter to fire. So it should overpower if it's a whole line, but guess what? It didn't. All those water style users literally just canceled out Madara's fireball. That just shows you how strong his fire style is. Itachi's not on that level with his fire style. Genjutsu is basically out of the question. Susanoo is completely outmatched. There isn't much Itachi's doing. I don't know why people debate over this. I don't know what they think Itachi can do that Madara cannot do better, if anything. Yeah, this is by far the shortest versus battle I've ever done. This video is probably not even going to be 10 minutes from the looks of it, but it shouldn't be, because this versus battle shouldn't even be, like, I shouldn't even have to cover this, but you might as well cover it for the people out there who have shit for brains, but with all that out the way, this is going to be, like I said, a shorter one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to go down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share the video. Comment another versus battle that you would like to see me do in the near future, or even in the future down the line if I have to get to it later on. But with all that out the way, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.